Today we are out at Saratoga and I'm gonna get you guys a better shot of this house. But we have a fence completely around us. But you guys know I love a Saratoga home, and you guys know I like what? Affordability. So Saratoga is giving us houses that start in a 270 high 270 range for houses. I want to take a look and show you guys what they're actually showing, what the product looks like. Right now we're probably going to be looking at the Athena and the Laurel. Okay, so walking in. Okay, so let me round you guys back. We have your entryway. Okay, it's cute, it's modest. This would be your garage. Right now it is being utilized as their office, so obviously I'm not going to open that door, but I'm loving the staging. I like the furniture that they picked in here and what they were using. This really helps me to see this house in such a good light. Ceilings, now we've seen taller ceilings, but at the price points that we're starting at, I do really appreciate what we have height-wise here in space. Love that we have this dining area. Y'all know I like a dining area that kind of pushes in the back of a room, but obviously that couldn't really be done. So next best thing that they typically do is they do this dining room where it kind of breaks up the living room space and the kitchen. But obviously we have a lot of clearance here. We still have a large island. This island is actually pretty spacious. Can fit 3 chairs if you really want to. They have 2. Just like always like looking at the veins that are in here. I love that they gave you a little coffee tea area. That's what I would probably use this for, my matcha station, because y'all know that's all the rage. And then of course, put all your utensils, everything else in here. Ooh, slow close too. Okay. Frigidaire appliances. Don't mind everybody's lunch. And then of course, pantry. Very spacious, pretty standard for the new construction homes that we have right now. But the one thing that I always don't like is that where is the light on the inside of the pantry. Frigidaire appliances across the board. I think that's just probably Saratoga's preferred appliance vendor. But I love that we get a 5-burner here, even when we're at an affordable price point. I was looking for the button if you guys couldn't tell. I did this on the first video I did for Saratoga. That's what's so funny. Microwave, vent hood, countertop space. So kitchen, all in all, I really like this kitchen. I think it's decent. You have a pretty huge island, which I absolutely love. If they had given you less island, you definitely have more space, but I feel like this is more functional for sure. And I really just appreciate the layout of the kitchen. You have decent storage, decent countertop space. We have storage here on the side. Absolutely no complaints over here. We're gonna go over to the primary. I wanna say this is gonna be the primary, yeah? And so primary is spacious. I will say that this is spacious for the price point, for what we're in. I like the amount of space that they've given you. 2 windows that let in natural light. As you can see, they have this centered. So the bed is actually centered with this wall. So we were able to fit dresser, a chair, bed. This looks like it's a queen-ish, so you could probably get a king comfortably and be fine. And then we still have the beautiful but unnecessary potted plants, so you probably won't have that in your bedroom. So you can really kind of expand that aspect and envision how you would have your furniture laid out. But I like when they take up space because I want to see how the room feels with space taken up. So we know. Okay, dark gray flooring. I'm really liking this dark flooring that they're adding in. Dual vanity, which I'm sorry, I'm an adult. It is a must. I need the dual vanity. So dual vanity, have a little bit of space in the middle. Love that. We still have slow close here. Black finishes. Love the frosted glass. And y'all know how I feel about Saratoga and their tubs. I absolutely love them. So we still get that soaking tub in here, and we get a pretty decent sized stand-up shower. Looks like they went with silver, which honestly, it makes sense because they went with such a dark tile here. They probably weren't gonna go with black. Y'all know how I feel though. At any price point, I always want the tile to go up. So that's just my thing. But I do really like the tile that we chose in here. I like that it's large format. We have our private toilet here. One thing that Saratoga is good for is not making it feel claustrophobic. So for those of you who don't like the closed off toilet space, this one is okay, I promise. Closet space. So full walk-in closet. I'm gonna be so for real with you. This is bigger than my closet. This is bigger than my closet. So I think this is a pretty spacious closet. I've seen what some of y'all have. I have seen my clients post moving in their closets. Some of y'all need to have y'all's cards taken away. That's just, y'all buy a lot. Y'all got a lot of stuff. So this may not fit for everyone. But for someone like me, y'all see I was rocking the shirt in another video. We wear the same stuff sometimes. This would be a perfectly fine closet. So closet space, absolutely love. Like the bathroom space. Like the flooring. I like the darker bathroom finish, I won't lie. It doesn't feel dark in here. I do wish we had like light fixtures, like the decorative ones over the top, but honestly, I'm not mad at this so far. I'm not mad at this at all. Because we're already down here, I am going to take you guys to the backyard. Okay. So I feel like Saratoga knows how to utilize a lot because there's no complaints. Like, you can't sit here and be upset about the yard space that you get here. This is a good yard space. It's nice. It's a decent size. You have enough space to where you could have the kids play around and run around, and you could still set up a garden. I like it. I like how they do their yards and their lots. And then of course, the back of the house too. We've still got the upstairs, as you can see. So we're gonna take a look there. Half bath. So guests don't have to go upstairs, they have the downstairs, and this half bath is really spacious. So we're good here. I actually really like, very simple, but I really like that flooring, which is the same flooring that we had in our primary. Oh, okay. Oh, this is spacious. Yeah, this is really spacious. Start with bedroom 1 up top. This is nice. Closet. Okay. I'm like, I like this. Obviously, we see beautiful homes, y'all. So I'm not going to sit here and depict this to be the most beautiful home that I've ever seen. That's not how you shop for houses. You must, and I'm gonna pause this video really fast before we continue to see. You must be realistic. For the price point, you cannot compare a $260,000 home or $70,000 home to a $700,000 home. It's never going to compare. It will never compare. So with that being said, for a 260 home so far, or 277, low threes, whatever the case is, I really like this home. I think that this is a beautiful home. I think what we're seeing so far, very spacious. So before y'all get on here and y'all say, it's too small, it's not as pretty. I know that because we're touring these houses together, but in its price point and in its category, it touches some things. Okay. So, rounding back to the bathroom, like that we have the shower in our secondary stand-up shower. Do really appreciate that. Once again, very simple. Okay. Very simple, decent amount of space in here. Delta appliances is what it looks like. Yep, went with silver again because we've got dark tile. Honestly, this bedroom size is really nice though. I really like this bedroom size that we have here. And then of course, y'all know I like a functional closet, and I feel like that closet is functional. So going back to our game room and then heading straight, let's hook a right. Okay. These rooms are really spacious. I actually really love that. You don't see this too often in houses. Usually we see these full-size windows, but I do like that they actually tried giving us a little bit more extra light. And I think it just adds to making this wall a little bit more unique, so it doesn't feel so bland. But room-wise, this is pretty spacious. Once again, they've done a great job of taking up space to show you how you can kind of utilize this space, what you can do with it. Obviously, your house may look a little bit different, and you guys know how I feel about these long closets, but this one is fine because it is deep. I can actually step in and I could kind of walk to this side. Also, I can shut this door and open the other side to access the rest of my clothes. So, do like that they made that part of it functional. We're gonna swing a left. We're gonna take a look. Dual vanity, okay. Usually in secondary baths, they give us a single, but they're sharing, these two rooms are sharing because remember the other room that we were in, they had their own ensuite. So, okay, I like that. I like the cabinets that we have. Slow close there. Sticking with the large format dark tile. It's easy, and it's easier to build houses when you use the same thing all over. I will say that. It makes it more cost effective. So when you see that your more affordable homes tend to have the same look across the board, that's why. It's cheaper, it's more cost efficient. They're trying to make this house as affordable as possible for you and not pass on those costs. And then let's see here. Oh, this is like one of the biggest rooms. Oh. My daughter would love this room. This is absolutely stunning. Large, spacious room. This is gonna be facing the front of the house, so this would be at the front for this floor plan. They took up a lot of space here, and yet still we have so much space left. And I love the functionality of this closet. Plus, you notice the light is not on, which could be on, but we still have light because we have a window. I love a closet that has a window. Okay, Saratoga. I like this. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? The game room, I feel like I didn't speak a whole lot on the game room, but look at this obscenely large table. nobody needs all this, right? Like this is huge. This is taking up a huge chunk of space. So with that being said, table here, sofa here. This is a very functional game room. You could do a lot with this secondary living space. Anyways, let's go take a look at some numbers. We're in the Laurel floor plan right now. So this one, you're looking at 4-bed, 3.5 bath. I actually have one available for July. We're August, so inventory home, ready to move in now. And this house is gonna run us at about 2154 square feet. Not bad. That's not bad. This feels like a good amount of space. I feel like I got that space in this house. It is 2 stories, so each level is gonna have its own amount of space there, but I do really feel like we got every square footage of that from our closets, our bathrooms, even our kitchen. And we're looking at a grand total price of $335,900. Keep in mind, we have, I want to say that they're running a special right now where you can either go closing cost or you can do like 15 to buy down your rate. So we've got some incentives here that could really benefit looking at a reasonable HOA fee. I say reasonable because we see a lot of master plan communities. And if you've noticed, those HOA fees can run you $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. $650 is a lot more in line with what I feel like is a reasonable HOA fee, especially if they're maintaining the community and the premises. Taxes, you're looking at about 3.11. So all in all, I mean, I think that for the price point that it's at, you get that game room upstairs. I really, really do like this. I will say I'm looking at an iris on this paper that's gonna put you at about 2,400 square feet. So, and honestly, you're less than 10,000 more. Yeah, you're only about 8,000 more, give or take 7,000 more than the Laurel. You still get a game room in the iris, but you get 250 more square feet. I don't know. If they had one available, I would tour it with you guys, but they don't right now. So Laurel and Athena is what we're gonna take a look at, but I really, really do like Laurel. We are gonna take a look at the Athena before we get over there. 1,599 square feet, that's what we're looking at. So we are gonna shrink down a little bit in size, but I'm curious because the price point is a lot better for a lot of people. So we're looking at $277,900 for that house, but we won't know it until we see it. So let's go. First thing that I noticed, we do lose that little porch area that we got initially. So we don't have that. It's just a simple walk up. I like the fact that our floors are brown in this one. I'm gonna turn left because there is a door here. Figured it is your garage, so, or currently their storage. Stairs here, but let's focus downstairs for now and let's go living room, which, dare I say, I like this living room space a little bit more. I really like this living room space in the Athena. Oh yeah, I like this layout. This feels really good. On the first floor, this feels very good. Living room here, it's very much so open concept. So if you're not a fan of open concept, I don't know if these floor plans will work for you, but very open concept, very clean, white backsplash, white countertops, 5-burner Frigidaire, same thing that we had in the other house, right, in regards to appliances. Under-mounted sink, but I like the fact that even at a $277 price point, we still have a stunning island space. I think this is a great island space. And this doesn't feel cheap at all. Because affordable does not mean cheap, it just means affordable. And I like that you are still getting what feels like a more luxurious finish on these. coffee, tea, matcha bar area here. Ton of storage there for all of those things. And then I probably missed it on the last house, but over the fridge storage too. Oh yeah. I'm telling y'all, man, Saratoga, y'all, I like the way they build. I think that they're a great affordable builder. That does not mean all of their products are affordable, but y'all, I like this downstairs more. What's funny is it's less square footage. We've got our half bath here, okay. Frosted window here. This is super spacious. I'm not the biggest fan of a pedestal sink. When you're looking at this price point though, it is going to be a given. It is something that if you wanted to, they gave you enough space here to where you could really vamp up this entire bathroom space. But once again, is it necessary at the price point? No. You can build this house up over time to really fit the perfect, you know, model home vibes that you're looking for. But this, I love the furniture that they put in here too. I really like that. Let's take a look upstairs because if I stay down here too long, I'm gonna get entranced. So when we go left off the stairwell, we've got laundry room, okay? Typical laundry room, not a whole lot of space in here, but it is a functional laundry room. Can't really complain about that. Okay. Bedroom 1. It looks like the wallpaper fell off. Oh no, I'm not gonna touch it. It's actually sticky. So wallpaper fell off, but we get to see the actual space. Decent sized bedroom. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. Okay, closet. Dual vanity. Okay. I like this. I like how it's tucked away. I really do like that. And it's still not super claustrophobic. You'll know how I am. Y'all know. I won't say anything more than that. But typical tub area. Decent bathroom. No complaints on the bathroom. I'm really liking this hallway vibe we have going here. Second bedroom. Really decent size. I mean, these are decent sized bedrooms considering we're at right under 1,600 square feet, I want to say. And the closets are functional. This is a decent bedroom size. Yeah. Okay. Try to make sure I get y'all all the angles so y'all can really envision for yourselves. And last but certainly not least, our primary, which the primary is, it is a primary sized room. It is a primary sized room. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing any space in here because I lost square footage or because I don't have as much square footage in my house. This, okay, Saratoga, they gave us every inch of 1,600 square feet. I tell you what. Now the closet is a little tight. It does feel a little tight, I will say that. But let me see. Let me come in. Let me step in. Yeah, it's a little tight because once you actually have clothes in here, the closet is gonna be a little bit tighter. That is the only thing that I will say is a con that I've seen so far. Okay. Primary bath is a little bit on the smaller side. Everything you need is here. They gave you soaking tub. They gave you a window light here. Stand-up shower. Dual vanity. But they didn't give you that extra large like primary bath feel. But I really like this. Okay. I don't know, y'all. How are y'all feeling? $277.9. That's what we're looking at price-wise for this house. So, how are we feeling about this? One thing I forgot to show you guys was the backyard. So, once again, the lot is going to vary, but at least you can see what you're working with. And you're working with a decent amount of space. Pretty sure that at least with Saratoga, what we can say is that kind of what we see is what we get. So you're not gonna get this specifically, but you're gonna get something very close to it. Good neighbor fences on each side, that's what it looks like. So you're probably gonna see that in the houses as they're done to promote you guys footing the bill for repairing the fence if it needs to be. But I like this. Saratoga has a few developments, so I know the longer we do this and the longer y'all stick with me, we're gonna get to see all of them. But this one is going to be Aldine Pines, located in like the Houston Aldine area. I like Saratoga as a builder. I think that they do a really good job with giving you functional space, with using their square footage up. Sometimes you can walk into these houses and it doesn't feel like the square footage that's on paper. With them, I don't really feel like that. I do feel we get exactly what we're paying for. So with that being said, we are looking at the Athena floor plan. Looks like we have actually a few of them that are coming up. Starting price point for that is going to be $277.9. You guys already know that. 1,599 square feet. So we are looking at right under 1,600 square feet. But if you know me, if you've talked to me, a lot of y'all have talked to me, I believe that you probably should not be going anything less than 1,600. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. We as humans, we collect a lot of hobbies. We have children, even when we may say that we're not gonna have children, right? Things happen, life changes, family moves in, friends move in, things just occur. So me, 1,600 is usually the bare minimum that I would ever accept out of a house. That's what I recommend. I also like to think long-term. You should not buy a house with other people in mind on certain things. However, I always like to mention, when we start buying houses that are under 1,400 square feet, that resale value and how difficult it may be in the future to offload when you are ready to upgrade is something to keep in mind. Because most people that are probably going to be moving, we may see a lot more roommate situations in the future. We may see families doing multi-generational living. So just having even a little bit more space and having a baseline of space is important. So we're right underneath what is my baseline. Still, $1,599 is super functional here. I feel like I'm fine with this. I would have no complaints. We also have a few more. We've got the June floor plan. We also have the Braden floor plan. Some of these have, let's see, some of these have game rooms. We're talking Braden floor plan, 1975 square feet. June floor plan, 1,553 square feet. So we're a little bit under what we're in right now. I am curious as to where they took the square footage out on that, but we're not walking to June today, so maybe we'll walk it next time when they have one available for us. All in all though, they have really solid price points in this community at Aldine Pines. Saratoga is a solid builder. If this community isn't for you, there are other communities that they have that we can put you guys close to. But I will say for Aldine Pines, location is definitely prime. We're about 10 minutes away from the airport, from Bush Intercontinental Airport, so international flying. You're literally 10 minutes away. That's a huge plus. We're about 25 to 30 minutes away from downtown. we're right past the Beltway. I mean, truly right past the Beltway. So Beltway, think of that as anywhere that you are trying to get to in the inner-ish part of Houston. So let's say Jersey Village, Crosby, downtown, Bel Air. I'm trying to think of what, like Fresno, Pearland, like you're right off of the Beltway. So really easy access to almost any part of Houston. The Beltway is the place to be off of if you do have to travel and you do have to go to a lot of places. And then you guys know how I feel. I like being off of 59. I prefer 59 as a freeway. So me personally, 59 is always gonna be like my top choice freeway that I wanna live off of, just because I think that the traffic runs a lot more freely. And then especially on the north side, we don't have as much construction that is going on this side of 59. So, but I'm a North Houston girl, so there's that. One thing that I almost forgot, I think this house may qualify for a CRA zone. I am curious, did you guys like the floor plans? Did you feel like they were functional? And what about the prices? Because remember, prices with the actual floor plans and how they put everything together, do you think it matches up? But leave your comments down below if there is another community that you want to see. That is what I'm here for. I have a running list. Y'all have been DMing me, y'all have been sending me houses that you guys want to see. So I am excited to get out there and do a lot more. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy these house tour videos, and ask your questions. If you have questions about moving to Houston, put it in the comments. I'm always happy to help.